That's a good one. That was fun.
That was a good lawnmower kill.
Yeah, that was a very good
There are
lawnmower
not
kill.
enough lawnmower kills.
No. Poor Tom Atkins. This man's just had a ring. Or just had a ring around. Because the scene is where Tom Atkins it's pretty much 3 against 1.
Mm-hmm.
2 zombie frat guys and the new zombie sorority sister. And he is kind of battling with one trying to reach his gun. And then you cut to Chris and Cynthia. And then you cut back really quickly to Tom Atkins panning out, showing 3 dead bodies and all the blood spatter and him just looking worse for wear.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're right back to Cynthia and Chris. There's no dialogue there.
So the slugs are shown going into the basement. Chris asks Cynthia what's in the basement. She says some boxes and one of the girls' science experiments. And then there's that slow pan in and she looks up. It's brains. Mm-hmm. And they feed on brains.
Yep. How convenient.
Convenient.
Oh, man. Look at that setup that happened.
It's
just some brains.
Pretty good.
A sorority house. So we now see Tom. They're in the basement. They're going to try to figure out, where they are. And oh my God, do you know what a rat king is?
Yeah. Or like a snake pit. Don't look yet. So Detective Cameron's in the basement with a piece of duct tape over his mouth, a giant gas can. And he's telling
Cynthia and Chris.
Yes, he catches one of them in the air as it tries to get into his mouth, and he says, "Don't even think about it, you little son of a bitch." But there's a giant squirming pod of the slugs in the corner feeding on brains. Detective Cameron is going to light the entire basement and house on fire, himself with it.
Yep, he's so tormented.
Mm-hmm. He is ready to go.
Yeah, gives him a little wink.
Yeah, slowest count ever. I really think this is the first movie that I encountered Tom Atkins in, and I don't know how anyone could watch this and not just be in love with him.
Yeah,
because he's so good. He's got charisma and charm. And he's an appropriate anti-hero, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then
he counts to 1, lights the Zippo, and house goes up.
Not before they show a close-up of Chris, and he says,
"Detective, thrill me."
And there's the house going up in flames.
Yep.
Hypothetically, all of the slugs with it.
Mm-hmm. Hypothetically, of course.
Unfortunately, as we see, Detective Cameron survived.
Yeah.
But not as Detective Cameron.
No. He's got a slug.
Mm-hmm.
And then he falls. Something green. You see that green?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then more slugs jump out, and there's like 5 of them, and they go slithering out of his head.
Into... What does that look like? What kind of gate is that?
That's not a zoo, is it?
No.
Is that a cemetery?
It sure is.
There is a cemetery called Restland. I'm not even fucking joking. It is called Restland.
Wow.
Not Restland Cemetery. Restland. It's my and it's 2 words.
That's creepy.
It's my favorite.
I like it.
It's my favorite. There's this really good book on Amazon that I want. It's like 101 coolest cemeteries.
So there is a jump scare here with the dog, which was not the original ending.
This cemetery is really good.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's out of Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it really does. And there's the spaceship. Very, very, advanced looking spaceship. That looks like it's Star Wars level spaceship. Yeah. It looks like they're looking for slugs.
Yep, so they certainly are. So this is actually, now that I think about it, the original ending. This is the director's cut.
What happened with the dog? Nothing happened with the dog.
Right. So the original ending was with the spaceship searching the cemetery. That's how it was supposed to end. Mm-hmm. When they first screened the movie for executives, that scene wasn't finished, and it didn't play well with them. So they were like, we need something else. Give us a different ending. And Fred Dekker suggested the worst idea ever, a jump scare with the dog coming back at the end, just that being the end of the movie. And went on to say, don't ever suggest something stupid because someone in Hollywood will think it's a good idea. And that's what they made him do for the theatrical cut. There was a jump scare with the dog popping up. But now that it's out on Blu-ray and DVD and streaming, they have gone ahead and put the director's cut out with the original ending restored.
Yeah, I like that better.
It's a much better ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was having such a hard time remembering stuff with the dog, because I forgot that it was not in the actual movie anymore. But that's Night of the Creeps.
Yeah, it is. This is my first watch.
Yeah, probably last.
Probably.
Yeah. Because of the slugs in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Good time, though.
Yeah.
You know what time it is, though?
Oh, fuck it is.
Game time. Alrighty. Jay, what are the rules?
So, I will draw a card. On that card will be 2 questions, as well as a weapon.
Indeed.
I need to answer that question correctly in order to win that card, and potentially win the game by winning 3 of those cards.
Correct. Because you cannot have the same weapon twice.
Correct.
And last week, did anybody get any points? Okay.
No. Last week, no points.
No points. All right, we are starting fresh.
Yes.
Okay, so
Let's do this.
for a crucifix,
Yes.
set in 1630s New England, what 2015 movie involves an English farmer and his family who relocate to a forest which lurks an unknown evil?
Long dramatic pause and sip of my coffee. The Vivitch.
Yes. All right. So this, Jay, I'm not really even... Leatherface was a character in what horror film? So Jay gets a crucifix.
Yeah, so that would be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which, in reverse order, those are the first 2 movies we covered on this podcast.
Yes, it was.
A million episodes ago.
Yep, a million episodes ago.
Yes.
All right,
take
well.
my crucifix. Did you mark me down a crucifix? You sure did.
I did indeed.
All right.
I'm a little annoyed at you about that card because I'm going to pick a card that I have no idea what it is.
That's why you need to watch more garbage films.
I do need to watch
Yeah.
more garbage films. Make me a list of garbage films.
Oh.
Make me a list of garbage films and we'll go to the exchange.
Okay. I like that idea.
Cool.
You're probably going to be fine.
Okay.
What are the
Wait,
names?
what card is it?
Oh, this is for a chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
What are the names of the demon hunting brothers in the television series Supernatural?
Sam and Dean Winchester. Yeah. I watched that. Dude, I watched that show when it first aired. Yeah. I was in 6th grade. It was the first show my brother and I ever watched together.
I tried to watch it and just didn't do anything for me.
It's definitely overly dramatic, you know. But it's a soap opera. But it's fun. I think that demonology in that show is really great. It's like this generation's kind of like Buffy and Charmed and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's really fun. I know a lot of people who have that tattoo too.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is the actual father in the movie Rosemary's Baby?
Oh, like Satan.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got it?
Yeah.
Hey!
I feel like both of these cards were a little easy. Do you want to do another one for suspense, just to see what happens?
That was for a chainsaw, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Those cards were very easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love it.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is a fun game.
It is.
All right. This one will just be for fun. This
Okay.
is not keeping score.
Okay.
All right. Chainsaw.
Okay.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Name that movie. It's in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
It's in a lot of movies. So.
Oh my God. This isn't fun now.
We got so cocky.
Give me the second question, please.
Okay. What 2005 movie involves a group of friends who get trapped in a cave and encounter strange, bloodthirsty creatures?
The Descent.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Name that movie.
Fuck. Can I call in a hint? Is that bugs?
Has something to do with a type of bug. And a very savvy man. Likes his glasses. Very, very sharp dresser.
I've drawn a blank.
The Fly.
Ah, fuck.
Those were good hints.
They were.
Those were great hints.
They were.
Yeah, those were good hints.
Yeah, I have no idea why. It just.
That phrasing is in a lot of movies too.
No, that was all right.
All right, you want?
I'm glad that wasn't a real card. Just for funsies.
Just for funsies.
I'm glad we said it beforehand.
Yes.
Okay. For a crucifix.
Oh, good.
What 2013 film was inspired by the Amityville Horror Story and features paranormal investigators? You're gonna be real pissed at yourself.
Am I?
Yeah.
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
I have?
Yeah.
Read it again.
What 2013 film was inspired by the Amityville Horror Story and features paranormal investigators?
The Conjuring.
Yeah.
God, I'm so smart. Okay.
You would have been pissed at yourself.
Yeah, I really would have. I love those movies. Patrick Wilson just does something for me, and I have so much for respect for Vera Farmiga.
She does something for me.
She's incredible,
Yeah.
and Patrick Wilson is like on point.
Yeah.
Like the older that man gets, the more I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
This 2014 movie involves a widowed mother who becomes worried when her son asks her to read a scary pop-up children's storybook.
The Babadook?
Yep.
Oh my God! I'm so smart.
I still prefer the Babadook.
I still prefer the Babadook. Yep. JB, what are you watching?
What am I watching? I started watching Ghost.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
Isn't it so fun?
Yeah, we just finished the second episode.
Oh, isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I love Ghosts. It's now a comfort show for me. Like,
Is it really?
I'll just throw it on because I just think it's so lovely.
I really like. Is it Mary, the one who's burned it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hysterical.
Yeah. She only gets better.
Awesome.
Every single one of them just only get better, and they do like kind of have these really wonderful like genuine growth moments, and it's a really great show. Really, really great show.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to keep going into it. I watched Night of the Creeps a lot this week.
You watched Night of the Creeps a lot this week?
And forgot about the dog stuff because it was on in the background.
Okay.
So I didn't sit down to watch like anything other
Sure.
than like Ghosts 2 full episodes.
Sure.
In the background, I had Night of the Creeps a lot because I've seen it a handful of times. So
Sure.
I know the major
plot points and like.
I have
character
never been a
development.
person who can remember
Every little detail.
right
Yeah.
and like people who quote movies back to me. I can't do that.
I can quote a movie, but it's hard because that quote really has to stick out in my brain. But like that's the thing. It's like I can really sit down and watch a movie, but not really tell you a whole bunch of detail about it.
Yeah,
like especially
exactly.
if I haven't seen it within the last year, you best believe I'm not remembering everything about it.
That and I smoke a lot of pot.
I smoke so much weed.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Anyway, the other thing that I have been watching kind of as like background stuff, there's an old BBC show called The Young Ones.
Okay.
It's from the 80s and
Love the BBC.
it's ridiculous. It's very 80s BBC, but like the four main characters are in university and there's a punk who's actually kind of more of a metalhead. Then there's kind of like a mod type. There's a hippie and then like the cool guy.
I love the mod posh type of thing that was going on in the 80s in Britain.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Neil's
Wait,
the
I know
hippie.
that character right there. I know him.
On the left?
Yeah.
That's Drop Dead Fred.
Yes.
Yeah.
My hair looks... I reference Drop Dead Fred quite a bit because my hair looks like his quite often. I've grown out my pixie cut. I now kind of rock like this little chin-length bob, which is very weird for Jay because he's never seen me with longer than a pixie cut.
Yeah, I don't think I have. You had real short hair when we worked at
It was
that
buzzed
place.
on the sides.
Yeah.
So I've had long hair as long as Jay... Or I've had short hair as long as Jace knows me. So this is... But growing it for the wedding.
But yeah, The Young Ones is honestly one of my favorite television shows of all time. It's only 12 episodes. There's almost always a musical guest. And it's just very weird.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
This is annoying. I recently got back into True Blood. I don't know why. I think it's just because I've been watching The Walking Dead and doing my rewatch on that I still want something horror-esque to watch.
Yeah.
But not anything super new. And I watched True Blood while it was on air, but I never ever finished it. I think I stopped watching after like season 5.
Yeah, same. We dropped out.
Yeah.
I think right when the redhead became a vampire.
Oh, Jessica.
Yeah.
Oh, so you dropped out in like season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped after Christopher Maloney did some kind of vampire religion bullshit, and I really hated it. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. But like, so it's familiar. It's still really horror-esque and like, you know. So I think because like this was such a stressful week for me that I really just wanted something familiar. So I really haven't tried. Oh, we tried to do Death on the Nile last night, but I fell asleep, so I don't really know what happened.
I think the other fun thing about True Blood is that it's a sexy show.
Yeah.
So you get the gore, you get the action, but then you get like the
There's a lot of boobs. And butts.
Not just the promise of sex, but the delivery of it.
Yeah.
So it's a show that you can have some fun with.
It is. I'm not a... I don't know. I just